Okay, we're checking out the Wave Sequence 1 bend/repeat RTC model type over here. And there's only two GEs that are mapped with this real-time control type, and it's 2002 or bank 15 number 82, and also 2012. I'm going to use 2012 since that's not used in any programs or combis, or at least not on my Kronos. I have an initialized HD1, and so let's check this thing out. Oh, this is actually an initialized EXI. You know what? I want to do it on an HD1. I could do it with a mod 7 because that does allow for some wave sequencing, but let me jump in and choose a program bank. I don't want this program bank since let's see. Here we are, H for HD1. I didn't even realize there's little labels here that shows whether it's an EXI or HD1 type program. Anyway, I'll just choose this number 2. And my voice just got louder, I realized, because I had lowered the main out. So if this sound is too loud, which it probably will be, I'll make sure to not lower the sound via the master control. Anyway, let's jump into this last bank, and we don't really have to worry about choosing the right module since it's only a one module performance. And let's try turning it on and then playing Cubase. So right out of the box, we can hear some wave sequencing, and I also do think it's too loud, so let me try turning it down just a little bit. I just turned down oscillator 1, which I believe is the only thing that should be wave sequencing. Let me see, if I pop over to my oscillator, oh, that's too bad. I can't actually see it wave sequencing, like I can't see it choosing different ROM samples, but we can hear it, so. And besides, the wave sequencing section is already mapped in such a way as to choose, as to show you which samples it's choosing. So anyway, let's dive in. We have the first one, which is super obvious, the rhythm swing. Rhythm multiplier should be another one we're familiar with. See the multiplier. This is doubling the length of time of the notes. Oh, time signature. Wow, that's rare. I've never seen that in GE before. I mean in an RTC model. Let's see, where would that be changing? It might be in the phase group, actually. Here's the phase group. Yep. It's going from 8/4 to 4/4. Let's give it an 8/4. I mean, how often do we get that? 8 count. Note scale type. This right now, I believe, is just playing an F minor chord. It definitely is. Let's change the note scale type, which is probably going to be in the series. Wow. And now we're playing a 4-note chord instead of a triad. Rhythm pattern is, of course, going to switch our rhythm pattern the way it usually is, with faster values, with faster values being towards the top. See what's all the way at the top here. Just gonna go through this. It's a really dense template. Wow, that's really slow. We would want the rhythm multiplier in that case. Still super slow. Let's kind of go up. Let's go up more. And more. Take out this rhythm multiplier. I like that. Let's see what that sounds like hap. Sounds pretty cool. I like with just a bit of swing. Duration control, another obvious one. I believe it's going to be this value here. Wow, here's some like weird harmonics going on there in there. And then velocity pattern. It's gonna change our velocity template. Yep. Then we have this velocity accents switch. Let's see what that does. So it scales it down to 200%. Let's change the pattern. So in this case, scaling it down to 200% actually makes it go so far down that we just lose notes. Let's take off the velocity accents. This program doesn't sound like it actually has much velocity programmed in, so let me go to the amp, and then go to the amp modulation, and then velocity intensity. I'm going to put all the way up. There we go. Now we can really hear it. Yep, again, it still makes notes delete. That's kind of what I expected. Let's find a velocity pattern that's nice. I'll go ahead and turn back up the oscillator. I'll take a second to hunt for a good one. I think I actually like this one. So I like the way 91 sounds. It's kind of moving around. I like the way that sounds. I'm gonna actually try out this one more time. Nah, it just kills notes. Cool, and then we have bend parameters here, because it does describe this as a bend. So we can actually change the cluster. So you can see right now it's on 4 notes. I can drop it down to 2. You can go all the way up to like 9. Ooh. So here's it at 8, and it's playing all those. Or wait, sorry, that's at, yeah, 8. It's not playing 8 notes. It looks like it's playing 6. Let me go to the cluster. This is, I think, actually the first time we've changed anything in the cluster pattern in any of the RTC model types. So we are changing, actually, the template of the cluster. Didn't expect that. So the greater the size, like if this were on 6, then it would play a 6-note cluster out of the series. It would play 6 notes for that particular step. Go back to, where's my cluster? There it is. And you can see that, you know, they have like, wow. Oh, that's so cool. Ooh. What else we got? looks like the best group ever. So many variations. Let's see what it was sounding like at 50. I remember that was sounding really cool. I like it a lot, but it's not any clusters in my life. Now something that's odd is it seems like it should be playing chords, like when it hit this when it played a 2 there, and yet it's not. So it does seem to be going like exactly with the like all of the notes need to be filled in order to play that many notes in the chord. I was pretty certain that it only needed to be in a spot in order for that many notes to play. Since this is a generated gated, I think it might actually have something to do with that. Versus the usual type, which is like a generated riff. Generated gated has like a few different types that you change here, and that kind of changes the behavior of this, which that's something we'll get into much later. Yeah, I think I still like that, like the sound at around like 50. I just like that little melody. Let's check out full bend. Bend repeat. Wow. Let's take bend off. Wow, we can actually disable wave sequencing. Turn it back on. And let's go to the wave sequencing, because we're really getting into the wave sequencing parameters here. So let's see. Let's check, well, wave sequencing on and off is pretty obvious. It just changes this main switch here. Wave sequencing offset. What do you do? So it says offset minus 960. So it's like in a whole different area of the bank. And it actually sounds like it's only affecting one phase. Oh, it does go minus 45 here. Yep. I've never actually explained what the phases are. But that's, again, something that will come much later. Wave sequence randomized. Let's see what this does. Ah, I see. So right now it's only playing like the top notes of the wave sequence, and at this it would only play the bottom notes, essentially giving us a new wave sequence pattern, or a new number that it's a new wave sequence sample. And with it in the middle, it's just kind of choosing randomly somewhere in this group of wave sequencing. So it really would be a randomized function. Let's check the wave sequence pattern. And let me see if I go into the oscillator for this HD1 program, oscillator 1 basic, and if I change the sample, let's see if it'll change the way the wave sequence sounds. Let me go to, I would just choose, let's see, ROM. Let's see if I change the ROM. So So nothing changes if I change the ROM. Go back to ROM stereo. See if I change the sample. Nope, no change there. So it's absolutely taking control of the sample that is playing, no matter what I choose. Wow, even if I choose a wave sequence. I could, of course, turn the oscillator off, though. Yep. Okay, cool. To hear this a little bit better, I think I want to slow it down and increase the duration. And actually, let's mess with a few other parameters. Let's mess with the cluster. Don't like the sound of that. Let's take the duration down again. I'm going to turn repeats off. Back to cluster. And then, let's see what else we got. I guess the last parameter is just wave sequence pattern length. Oh, it's actually turning down the... You can make it just 1. It's still choosing random values in this 1, though. Even though it's just, you can see that this dot isn't moving from here. Since we have this the way it is, it's still choosing randomly in this row. It's actually a good illustration of how this weighted curve works. It was the wave sequence randomize. If I put that at the top, you see it'll only play the top here, which is related to whatever this sample is. See how it's only playing that top instead of bouncing around? And then if I were to move this wave sequence randomize parameter all the way to the other side, it would only play the bottom, as you can see there. Once we're in this phase, it's flipping between the two phases. There it is. Let's keep it at randomize. Oh, whoops. Yeah, randomize. There we go. 0. 63, 64. There we go. You can see our curve is now 0. That's it for this group. We've explored all the options, and then we only have one more RTC model after this, and then I get to go into the performance editor in detail, because we'll be done with the real-time controls editor. Alright,